I'm not focused on that today. I got too many things I'm doing here, and this has never been something that I spend my time thinking much about.
On Right to Work, you have said before that now's not the time for that in Ohio, but you also have...
Well, what I've said, Joe, is that if you favor that, then go and educate people about why people think it's important. Right now in our state, as it relates to organized labor out there in the private sector particularly, we've had problems in Findlay, but we've reached agreement in Toledo with the Chrysler workers, the same thing in Lordstown with Ford. I don't see there's no big labor unrest in Ohio. The difficulty we have is that these site selectors sometimes have that as a criteria. Site selectors are people that put you in a blind draw. I don't know if you know what I mean by that. We don't know what the company is. So they may just knock you off. I mean, that's a concern of mine, but we're working with site selectors to let them know that we don't have big labor issues in Ohio.
What I was going to say, though, is just the job creation statistics about #1 in the Midwest, #5 in the country.
Yeah.
If we're doing that well, I mean, the right to work argument is doing it the other way hurts job creation. It seems like we're doing okay.
We're doing fine, and I think the bottom line for Ohio is when I talk to CEOs, labor unrest rarely comes up, and I get out in front of it. I tell people, look, we've had good relations between labor and management in the state, and we're doing fine here. What I think is most important now is to bring down the 5.9% income tax rate. It is too high. There is nobody that has studied this that doesn't conclude the fact that it's, when you have that high of a rate, you lose your entrepreneurs. It hurts small business because they pay the income tax. That's our biggest problem right now, is that sky-high tax. If that tax came down to like 4% or 3%, people would be they'd be popping champagne corks about coming into Ohio. That's not realistic, but we have an opportunity to do some things here. The beautiful thing about the severance tax, modernizing it, it's like a bluebird flew in the window. When you talk about any other way to do this, through cutting government or cutting spending or whatever, this is a bluebird. This just flew in the window, and it's out here chirping a little bit about, hey, I'm here to help you. It's a fantastic thing, and that's why we need to take advantage of it.
Yes. What's your take on the elections over?